What does that do? Well, it still gives you twin floating discs and disc brake on the rear and all the technology and handling and suspension adjustments of a quality world-class motorcycle. Whereas many other Formula 3 bikes are either homemade, handmade or modified to the max to try and give them more power. With that bike, of course, just leaving it standard is plenty of power. So a lot of different bike configurations for the Southland Honda, the home of Honda in the South, sponsored F3 class. Incorporated with our Bears Junior. So here we are. All right, Bears Junior, what is it? Well, that's where the likes of Heath Boddicker, Hayden Scorringe have been today. That's where Heath Boddicker should end up as number one for the day. Right away, and Heath here down on the inside on that little bike. Nice to see him get the fire up, man. He's got it. Good start from Heath out there on the small bike, but it is Johnny, remembering Ash Weller in there. One of our other riders late to the line, so they start with the self-penalty. Down in our program is 5 laps. I'm pretty sure it'll be only 4. So we've got a shorter race program here this afternoon as time is moving on at 20 past 4 New Zealand time here on the Super Saturday afternoon in the sun here, forecasted high. We had everything from 26 to 29 degrees with the forecast given for the weather here today. Beautiful and hot, and it has been helped by the wind here today, much warmer, not coming from the cold south that we'd had here earlier in the week. So nice conditions. Had not had any rain here. The wind blew a lot last Tuesday. The rain certainly has not been around for a whole week now, a whole week of no rain in Southland. That's certainly, you'd almost call that a drought, wouldn't you? Certainly it's not exactly the lush green. It is already drying off significantly here in January in beautiful Southland. As we say, we're closer to the penguins than we are to the equator. And there you have it. Oh yeah, Heath's trying to hold on, but his mate Johnny's getting there. Yes indeed, Johnny and Heath, they are two good race mates out in Nelson. They spend a lot of time together, they know each other well. They both recently bought Panigale V4 bikes, so they're sharing a common interest in some great motorcycles as well. And there they are laying it on at the moment as they come around the corner. And neither of them are in their Panigale, of course, because they're applicable for a different class. For Johnny, he's on the Yamaha R450, and for Heath, he's on the smaller Ducati, and just loves throwing that little thing around. Great little bike, the 600. So Heath Boddicker out there, Johnny Lewis, Ashley Weller. Ashley, of course, local man, did extremely well in the first race, almost looked to have it. On the Weller family race surprise, Pirelli shod Suzuki GSX R450. Again, the example of the GSX R600 with one cylinder missing. Still firing on all three, as they say. A lot of different talk as to how that motor works. There's been about 3 different combinations we've heard so far. There we go, 1, 2, 3. Probably the most significant one of those has been that the cylinder is actually blocked off, but there is no conrod coming off the crank. And people say that it's a little bit of an imbalance. That's why you either do cylinder number 2 or 3 generally, and you block the other one off, because of course otherwise you'll let all your crankcase pressure out. So a nice way of working it. Just how those others have done it, or these particular bikes have done it, we're unsure, but there's been a lot of successful bikes of this. Avalon Biddle has ridden them as well, so too has Jacob Stroud. They've both gone on to New Zealand Championships in their respective Formula 3 classes on those machines. And here we are with 2 very good pilots, in Johnny Lewis and Ashley Weller, in riding them, and they will, I'm sure, come away with the update. So in fact, Ashley Weller last time he was in 3rd, and this time he's moved up into 1st place, so he's gone past both Johnny and Heath, and he's got Hayden Scorringe behind him. Just the kind of race he wants. What are we going to say? No, in fact, 1-1-2-2, it won't make any difference. If he wins it, it won't make any difference. So there we go. They've still got a white flag that was put out in advance for them. So yeah, there he is in 3. Yes indeed, so it is a 4-lapper. It is a 4-lapper. Thought with the length of time we'd hit the bike out. There goes our young lady Jamie Ostadillo on the Ducati Santa Monica 750. So she was running in 3rd place in one of the early races. Keen to see where she is at the moment. Jamie, yeah, behind Heath, Hayden, and Al's in the other class. So yes, that puts her in 3rd place again. So good work, good work. So Heath, Hayden, so Heath to get the 1st, Hayden to get the 2nd, and Jamie will get the 3rd place again, so hopefully she ends up in 3rd overall. Will be great to see her ride. So Ashley, Johnny, Well, I'm unsure as to what happened because Ashley was back in third place. Johnny came round and he was in the lead. Andy's got almost 2 seconds. I get the idea that there might have been something very close. We talked about it before between Heath and Johnny, how close they'd got. And I just get the idea that maybe somebody did a slight overshoot or an underpass and just might have got a bit close and they've just dropped it off. Well done to Ashley. Ashley, there we go. So good on you guys. Ashley, Johnny and Heath. In the end, the margin, 3 seconds and 0.5 of a second, so nothing between them. Hayden will come through there, Hayden Scorridge, Al Ware, and Jamie as well. There she goes. Congratulations, Jamie. Lovely bike. The Santa Monica. Curtis of Quarterly Racing on track developments of Fast by Ferracci. The Ducati pilot, young Jamie Ostadillo. So there we have it. Ashley Weller, Johnny Lewis, and Heath Borica. So Ashley finally to get the win. And Johnny gets the second. The third will be going to Al Ware. There's the little Hummer. Yes, young Liam Hum. And Liam to come home. He's back in 13th place. Doesn't matter so much about the 13th, more the fact that there's 2 classes, Bears and the Formula 3. He'll be in the Formula 3 field. He is piloting today a young TZ F. So, in fact, it started his life as a TZR, then has the R, the 2-stroke engine taken out. It has the F4-stroke, the 450 single put in its place. Well, 6-2-1 and Graham Miller going very slow over the line. It's as if he didn't want to finish the race in a hurry. He's on the Gilero, Saturno 500, courtesy of Miller Security Fence Systems. What's a nice name out of Canterbury. The Galero.